2 weeks ago, we looked at tennis superstar Rafael Nadal's new yacht, which is a Sunreef Power catamaran. Today, we're going to look at the builder of his other yacht. They have a name synonymous with luxury. It's Monte Carlo. And once again, researching this vlog has taught me things that I just didn't know before. If I'm honest, I thought that Monte Carlo yachts were a relatively small builder, but with particularly attractive designs. It turns out they're actually part of Beneteau Group, a colossal group of yacht builders that include Beneteau and Jeanneau's sailing yachts, Lagoon, Prestige, Scarab, Wellcraft, a truly impressive list of yacht builders. And my initial perception of Monte Carlo yachts just couldn't have been further from the truth. Having said that, let's take a look at them. The first thing to say about Monte Carlo is that they are true to themselves. They build flybridge, composite, motor yachts from 66 foot to 105 foot in length, and all designed by the famous Nuvolari Leonard team. You may have heard me enthuse about Nuvolari Leonard before. They've built such amazing yachts as Alfa Nero, Quattro Elle, and the massively successful range of Palmer Johnson sports yachts. So a range of production flybridge yachts designed by them is immediately desirable as far as I'm concerned. The smallest yacht in the range is called the Monte Carlo 66, and I should mention that even though I said earlier that the yachts are built in composite, it's actually a composite material that includes carbon fibre, so there's a lot of attention paid to the quality of materials here. This actually looks like a really fun entry-level yacht, and when you look at the use of windows in both the hull and the superstructure, you can see that a big effort has been made to get as much natural light as possible into the interiors without spoiling the lines of the boat in any way. When you look at images of the interiors, they've really used those windows and a great use of materials and fabrics to accomplish exactly that. The Monte Carlo 66 has 3 cabins plus a small crew cabin. It can be purchased with 2 different engine options to get a maximum speed of 30 knots. And Monte Carlo say they offer a complete customization service of the interiors and the layout. Monte Carlo also offer a 70, but let's take a look for a moment at the next one up in size, which is the 76. Now you might notice that both the 66 that I showed a moment ago and the 76 on screen now are not the usual colour of production yachts. The vast majority of production yacht builders, in fact, produce white yachts and prefer not to paint them if the truth is told, because it is pretty tricky to get it right. In contrast, I think that just about every Monte Carlo yacht I've ever seen has been painted in one colour or another, many of them with a metallic finishing, which really does look very sleek indeed. I read a really interesting article in powerandmotoryacht.com about this model, and I'll put the link in the description below for you to read, but they talk about how the hull design is made in such a way that you can put the sole or the floor of the cabins at a lower level than you can with most other production yachts. This means, of course, that you can have more head height. Have a read of the article this evening, maybe while you're having a cup of coffee from one of my mugs. It's really fascinating stuff and tells me that there's a lot more to this shipyard than first meets the eye. The Monte Carlo 76 has 4 cabins plus a crew quarters with 2 cabins, and also has 2 engine options with a maximum speed of 30 knots. I should mention that Monte Carlo yachts have just released a new 66, a new 70 and a new 76. The article in powerandmotoryacht.com that I referred to is about the previous 76, but you can be sure that the DNA of this model will be the same. Let's have a look at the larger yachts that they build though. So we'll jump past their 80 foot and their 86 foot models and get straight onto their 96. The big step up here in respect to her smaller siblings is that she has what's called a raised pilot house. So the helm station is positioned in an elevated position here rather than on the main deck. The 96 is long enough to do this without ruining those beautiful Nuvolari Leonard lines, and importantly frees up space on the main deck for a very well proportioned master stateroom and ensuite bathroom. This is a really important feature for many yacht owners, and often it makes the difference between whether they choose one yacht over another, since the main deck usually has better views of the surrounding seascape. And actually, to really allow owners to benefit from those views, take a look at what Monte Carlo have done in the bulwarks corresponding with this area. See how they've dropped them down so that an owner doesn't even need to get out of bed in order to appreciate his surroundings. Moving swiftly on to the flagship of the Monte Carlo fleet, we have the 105. This too has the raised pilot house and the master stateroom on the main deck, but I want to draw your attention to another important design feature here. One of the big challenges with having a master stateroom on the main deck is that it's usually positioned forward, and of course the further forward you go on a yacht, as you get closer to the bow, the shape of the hull starts to taper into a point and you have less space available. To combat that, Monte Carlo have kept the full beam running as far forward as they possibly can before tapering into the bow, something that you can really see on this general arrangement drawing. It's intelligent design, really thinking how they can use every inch of space to the owner's advantage. And anybody listening to this vlog who has owned a yacht, even in the 100-foot range, will know that there never seems to be enough space sometimes, and extra inches are at a premium. Another feature I really liked about this model that I should say is also included on the 96 is the side opening terrace. A lot of yachts have these now, and they're a great idea because for many years the sides of the yacht were a no-go area for most of the owners and the guests, unless they were travelling up the side decks to get to the bow for some reason. Now though, you can widen that part of the yacht and sit there and have a coffee and enjoy the view. When I was researching this blog about Monte Carlo yachts, I did actually read quite a few articles from powerandmotoryacht.com. Now, I'm not sponsored by them. I don't think I even know anybody that works there, but they do have some excellent information available on their site. Now, if you're thinking about buying a flybridge planing yacht in that 70 to 100-foot range, my advice to you is this. Take a good read of powerandmotoryacht.com. Go to the Cannes Yachting Festival and take a look at Monte Carlo yachts. And if it's the larger models, the 96 and the 105 that you're interested in, go to the Monaco Yacht Show because both of those yachts will be on display there and you can see them for yourselves. I have to say I've learnt a lot from researching about this yacht builder, and the managing director of Monte Carlo, Fabrizio Yarrera, was extremely polite and responsive when I reached out to him for more information. Now, I've never met him before. I don't think that he knows me, but it's always a very good sign when your inquiry is met with a quick and a friendly response. You may have noticed actually that my last 3 vlogs have all been about yacht builders who will be present and on display at the Cannes Yacht Show, and my next 2 vlogs will be previews of the Cannes Show and of the Monaco Yacht Show, what yachts will be there and what to look out for if you're going. I have to admit that I am loving the direction that this YouTube channel is going in. I've not had so much fun in years. I'm now producing, apart from the weekly vlogs, a series about yachts and the construction, a series about how to buy a yacht. I'm getting more and more walkthrough videos to do, and I've even got a line of merchandise that you will have seen in the merch shelf underneath my videos. Now, if you've listened to my recent vlogs, you'll probably know that I'm currently working on a new design for the merchandise, so that everything that's on there right now, apart from the coffee mug, will soon disappear and be replaced. So I probably won't offer posters again, which means that if you do want a unique poster that's on that merchandise shelf, you probably only have a few days left at this point to order one.